But all we know is it's going to be a fantastic game to watch.
As
Two
always.
German masterminds.
And we're gonna let it burn.
Hello, welcome back to the second preview of this huge game week. And today we have our third member of the team, Farhad, who's also the biggest scouser you'll meet in your life. So today we will be previewing Liverpool versus Chelsea. Big game, lads. I have a Chelsea fan with me and a Liverpool fan with me. Both are very pessimistic about their clubs, I will say that.
There's nothing much to preview about. I mean, it's going to be like 2-1 Liverpool or 2-0 Liverpool.
And
Big
Farhad, what do
I
you
don't
think
know,
about that?
man. I think with the form that Liverpool are in, you saw how they play against Leicester,
What form? Just one game.
and with the strength of the Chelsea side, and Alisson and Firmino seem to have got COVID, and Thiago is still injured.
Thiago is back
Keita
today.
is
They
out.
confirmed it, yeah? I think Klopp
Yes.
confirmed that he's back.
He's back, but he wasn't in training, so he's probably not going to start.
Ah,
Right?
okay.
So we've got huge problems, and
You're playing a team that drew to Everton.
you're
Hey,
playing a
like-
team that lost to Leicester.
Leicester,
Guys.
Everton, you can't.
Guys. Okay, first of all, my team has done both of that. We've lost to Leicester and drew to Everton. So don't take it that far. Secondly, I know that predictions aren't the best, but my prediction today was perfect. Both of you all are very pessimistic about your clubs. So let me give you some stats that might bring a sense of optimism. The last 10 games between Chelsea and Liverpool in the Premier League, Liverpool have won 4, Chelsea have won 2, and 4 of them have been draws. The last encounter, Chelsea held on with a red card for 45 minutes. Questionable red card, but a red card nonetheless, and Chelsea held on with 10 men for 45 minutes.
There was no question about that red card.
I think
Absolutely. not.
yes, the fact that it was a penalty, I agree. 100% it was a penalty. I mean, you blocked a goal, yes, but they questioned handballs with intentional handballs. And did Reece James put his hand out and stop the ball, or did he chest it onto his hand? So I'm saying it's a penalty, but I don't think it was. I think it was a harsh sending off.
Honestly,
but-
I think in that match, Liverpool would have done better if there was no sending off, because we just stopped playing.
And
after the
Chelsea
sending
held
off.
on for
and
10
Chelsea
minutes.
actually,
Yeah.
parked the bus after that. So I think that kind of
What
worked
do you
to
expect
Chelsea's
us to do?
advantage.
Play like Norwich
And
after getting red card?
Chelsea,
But
in the
yeah.
last 4 games, have drawn 3 games. They've drawn to Wolves, they've drawn to
Everton.
Brighton, and they've drawn to Everton. And Liverpool drew 2-2 with Tottenham and then lost at Leicester. So both teams are coming off drop points. So statistically, it seems like we're headed towards a draw. Now, Chelsea are missing Reece James and Ben Chilwell, who are arguably both their players of the season, excluding Antonio Rudiger.
You could say Lukaku out as well, because that dumbass just could keep his mouth shut.
It's a very confusing situation at Chelsea. After what you just told me about what Jorginho said as well, where he said, I hope our strikers can score goals. It seems like something's going wrong there at Chelsea and they need to figure it out. And at Liverpool, there's a lot of COVID. I think Klopp announced today that 3 more positive cases at the club, including 3 staff as well. So I think that's a total of 6 positive cases. As you said, Alisson's not there. Firmino is not there. Thiago might not play. Obviously, Harvey Elliott is injured for a long time. Minamino is out. So there's a lot of uncertainties in this fixture headed up. So there's a lot of things to play for.
I think, honestly, my score prediction is a 1-1 draw, being completely realistic. and looking at the situation of both sides, I think we're going for a 1-1 draw. I think Liverpool hopefully will come back from this, but are not in a good run at the moment. It just might get worse with AFCON. So I'm not too optimistic about the game. I think it's going to be a 1-1. It's going to be a thriller for sure.
I think whoever wins this will be the one to challenge City,
Yeah, for
possibly.
sure.
Because
I'll-
Chelsea's next game is against City, so you win this one. If it's not going to happen, but if Chelsea win this and they go on to beat City, it's from there on the fixtures seem to get a lot easier. They only have to play Spurs and United. They're big. They play three of the big six then.
So, what can we expect from this game? What is the game going to be like? Are we going to see one team dictating tempo and possession, and the other team sitting back and trying to absorb on the counter?
I think
Chelsea's going to sit there.
I think with Werner back, I think we will look at City sitting back and countering, and Liverpool, having a lot of the ball. And yeah, because we don't have a proper right wing back. We don't have Alonso, but Alonso thinks is
The next big question, Farhad, is it Kelleher or Karius to start in goal for Liverpool?
Karius has not played. It's Adrian.
Adrian?
But it's definitely going to be Kelleher. I think Adrian,
Kelleher,
after
true.
his disaster passes, has lost the trust of Klopp. And Kelleher, when he's come in, has been a much more solid alternative to Alisson. So it's definitely going to be Kelleher. And also not forgetting that Andy Robertson is still suspended for this game. So we are going to see Konstantinos Tsimikas coming in. So it's going to be a very interesting game.
Who do you think will partner Van Dijk at centre back? Konate or Matip?
I think
It's going to be Matip. Matip, if he's available, is the first choice partnership. I know he wasn't the first choice partnership against Manchester United,
That
but
doesn't matter.
But depending on whether Werner or Lukaku starts, I think Liverpool would prefer Konate for this game, don't you think?
Yeah, but I don't think that they will know that, and they're just going to send out Matip and Van Dijk.
knowing Klopp, he's going to be playing Matip. That time we had the run of fixtures, and Matip, as we know, is injury prone. So Konate coming in against Manchester United was more of,
And the
a
next
matter of
big
precaution.
question is who's going to be the third centre midfielder in Liverpool's system if Harvey Elliott, Thiago, and Minamino are out? And Keita, I don't know the situation on Naby Keita as of yet.
He's back. So I think the midfield we're going to see tomorrow is going to be Henderson, Fabinho, and one of Keita or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Right.
My money is on Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And strikers, it's the
Main
front
three. I don't think even if
not the main
Firmino...
three, it's the Salah, Mane, and Jota.
I
If
don't
Firmino
think
was
that
there,
Firmino was
he would
there.
start. He would
I
start.
Do you think Firmino, if he was there, he would start above Mane or above Jota, considering the goal scoring
Jota.
run that? But what about the goal scoring run that Jota is on? He's in impeccable form.
Yeah, he is, but it's always in the system that we play, in the position that one of them takes. Firmino is more suited to that role, and we've seen in the past that Firmino has actually been used more often, especially in the bigger games, and Jota actually comes in as like an impact substitution. So I think Firmino would have started, but since Firmino is unavailable, as has been the case a few times last season and this season, Jota is going to start, and it's going to be a very, very, very interesting game.
So just to recap, we are going with Kelleher, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Konstantinos Tsimikas, Fabinho, Henderson, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Mo Salah, Diogo Jota, and Sadio Mane for Liverpool is what we're thinking is going to happen.
Definitely.
Whereas
see
Chelsea-
in the next video how right I was, but I think so.
Chelsea's got Reece James and Ben Chilwell out. They've got Kante back. Christensen looks to be out. So right now they're lacking fullbacks. So what do we think?
Loftus-Cheek is out as well.
Loftus-Cheek is also out, and we don't know the situation on Lukaku, but we're presuming he's fit enough to play. So
But
we're looking at Mendy, and realistically, they've been playing Pulisic as you mentioned, but I don't think he'll start Pulisic at right wing back against Liverpool. So who are we thinking Chelsea would play, Atif?
I think you'll see three centre backs of Trevor Chalobah, I think Chalobah is doubtful. Chalobah got an injury against Brentford.
I feel like he has no options right now, but he has to play Trevor
Yeah.
Chalobah.
If not for Trevor Chalobah, we have to stick with Malangsa, who is a
Yeah.
sixth choice. Trevor Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Aspilicueta at right wing back, Alonso at left wing back, central midfielder Jorginho is going to play Jorginho and either Kovacic or Kante.
I feel like he
Uh,
can't risk not playing Kante for this game, especially against Liverpool.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
considering the patchy form, he needs to go for it.
And it's going to be Mount, and this is where it gets hard because Werner is back and he trained. Kai is just back from COVID, so Kai is doubtful.
What about Ziyech?
Ziyech to small injury again.
Okay, so Ziyech is out. Havertz looks to be out. So it's between Pulisic, Werner, and Lukaku is what we're coming towards. Or Callum Hudson-Odoi as well.
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi has been playing, so I think it would be Hudson-Odoi, Mount, and either Werner or Lukaku.
Okay, so we're not going with Werner and Lukaku.
I don't think so. I think you're going to keep one of them as an impact substitute.
Then I think Lukaku will start regardless of what's been said in the media. That's a topic for another day. On like, I believe we should talk about whether players should do this while employed at a club.
I don't think he should play.
But I think he will. I think out of the fact that it's not the fact that they're going to make him play because he's unhappy. It's the fact that it's Liverpool and you need someone to hold up for a counter attack. So I feel like I'm edging towards Lukaku on this.
Let's see.
So just to recap, so we've got
I don't know how to feel about this.
Eduard Mendy, Cesar Azpilicueta, Trevor Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Antonio Rudiger, Marcus Alonso, Jorginho, N'Golo Kante, Mason Mount, Callum Hudson-Odoi, who were thinking alongside Romelu Lukaku.
Yeah.
So Artis, what are your predictions for the game?
2-1 Liverpool.
Farhan, what do you say?
He told 1-1, no?
1-1? Okay. I think I'm going to side with Farhan and say it's going to be another 1-1 draw. I mean, I don't want to go against the stats and I don't want to go against the fact that if Chelsea go 1-0 up, they're going to sit back and absorb. And if Liverpool go 1-0 up, then Chelsea is going to counter-attack with Liverpool because Liverpool won't sit back. So they'll keep trying to go for it. And I think that's where Chelsea can be good as well. So I feel like I'm siding with Farhan with the 1-0 draw. But all we know is it's going to be a fantastic game to watch. Two German masterminds.
Yeah.
Also, big complainers. Both of them are like the biggest complainers that the Premier League has. Tuchel and Klopp.
Yep.
So we're going to see. It's going to be the battle of complainers.
I feel like
actually, I think no, Conte is not much of a complainer, is he? He's just much of a guy who just demands a lot. Klopp is definitely number one on biggest complainers. Mourinho would have been.
As of late, has been.
As of late, yeah. I mean, we don't have 23 fit players. We have only like, I think it was 2 game weeks ago. We had only 6 substitutes on the bench.
No, I think
look at the side you're fielding.
I think on the tier list, number 1 is Jurgen Klopp unanimously.
Grass is too long.
The thing about Klopp is he's such a nice guy that he creates excuses for the team playing shit.
No, if Sir Alex was still in the league, I would hands down say Sir Alex is the biggest complainer on the league.
You need to stand up for your players and you need to complain for the players.
And they do it in a way that stylistically tries to get them an advantage. It's not like they're complaining for the sake of complaining. They're doing it for like an advantage.
It's how.
Let's see who makes the best complaints come Sunday, right? Is it on Sunday?
Tomorrow.
Yes, and tomorrow.
So come Sunday, we'll see who makes the biggest complaints. That's it on this preview. We will see you next week.